What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you all the heads up on everything that you can expect for the up and coming week. This week sees the launch of the Legend Battlegrounds alongside the master version of the Root of Nightmares raid. We have a full breakdown of the weekly rituals, lost sectors, seasonal challenges, and what Tess has available for Bright Dust this week. Once again, there's a lot to get through, so be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Just over 60% of the viewers on the channel aren't currently subscribed, so make sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to ensure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another week and another This Week in Destiny. This week marks week 5 of Season of Defiance, and with that we have the continuation of the We Stand Unbroken quest. As a result of this, we see Legend Battlegrounds launch into the game, which will likely be very similar to previous seasons, which will not only offer a more challenging activity, but also additional sources of Season of Defiance loot. On top of that, we also see the master version of the Root of Nightmares raid go live. This will be on top of the very first raid challenge as well, and we'll also be able to get our hands on some Adept raid loot. Remember, there will be an update midway through the season, which means we can enhance the perks on these Adept weapons, so make sure to keep hold of any half decent rolls, as you can enhance those later in the season. Now from here we're going to move on to the featured raid and dungeon content for the week. This week sees the Vow of the Disciple return as the featured raid. This means all the challenges will be available, perfect if you're looking to complete the Disciple Slayer seal and also earn some sweet additional raid loot. Alongside that, we see the Pit of Heresy return as the featured dungeon, and if you can defeat the final bosses in both the raid and dungeon, these both offer additional pinnacle rewards. Perfect if you're still on the power grind and looking to get into the master version of the Root of Nightmares raid. Now next up we're going to move on to Dares of Eternity and a 30th anniversary pack activity, and this week sees the return of the Wild Hunt set from season 12. That's alongside the Scatterhorn armor set from Forsaken. Now with Season of the Hunt armor, we also have Season of the Hunt weapons. These include the Arsenic Bite, the Blast Batu, the Corsair's Wrath, the Deafening Whisper, the Dire Promise, the Enigma's Draw, the Escape Velocity, the Gian 7 rifle, the Royal Chase, the True Prophecy, the Friction Fire, and the Timeline's Vertex. All the weapons and armor can drop during the course of the activity when you complete it, or by handing in strange coins over at the Star Horse over in the Treasure Hoard. Now next up we're going to move on to the weekly rituals, and we see the Glassway return as the Nightfall for week 5 of Season of Defiance. Glassway is often seen as one of the more challenging Nightfalls and Grandmaster Nightfalls in the rotation, especially considering the amount of barrier and overload champions that you face in the final boss encounter. Now this week we see one of 2 weapons available as a Nightfall exclusive reward. It will either be the Swarm machine gun or the Buzzard sidearm that has been reprised as part of Season 20. Which one of these weapons would you prefer to see as a Nightfall exclusive reward? Be sure to sound off down in the comments below. Now as for the Crucible Rotator, Rift returns once again. Now Rift is the reworked game mode from Destiny 1, and much like any of the Crucible Rotators, offers an easy path to a pinnacle reward. Now as for bonus ranks this week, this can be found over in Trials of Osiris that returns as a result of the conclusion of Iron Banner. It will once again be a perfect chance to get your hands on some of the new Iron Banner weapons, on top of the rank up packages for Saint 14 over in the tower. Now from here we're going to move on to the lost sectors for the up and coming week. This week kicks off with Aphelian's Rest over in the Dreaming City, offering exotic chess pieces. On Wednesday you can head over to the Chamber of Starlight for a chance at exotic helmets, and on Thursday we'll head over to Europa and the Perdition for a chance at exotic boots. On Friday you'll head over to Bunker E15 for those exotic gauntlets, with Saturday being found over in the Conflux offering exotic chess pieces. As for Sunday we'll be heading back to Neomuna and the Thrilladrome for another chance at exotic helmets. And to round out the week, we'll head over to Hydroponic Delta for another chance at exotic boots. So as always, if you're still working your way through the new exotics that were introduced this season, then be sure to plan your week accordingly. And if you want to check out this calendar for yourself, make sure to do so over in Today in Destiny, and I'll leave all the links to that down in the video description below. Now from here we're going to move on to the seasonal challenges for week 5, and there are just 8 seasonal challenges this week. The first is called Still Standing, and here you need to complete week 5 of the We Stand Unbroken quest. That's followed by Legendary Liberator, and here you need to complete a Defiant Battleground on Legend difficulty. That's followed by Favoured Warrior, so here you need to earn favours of Justice, Grace and Zeal during the Season of Defiance activities, and you'll earn bonus progress for favours earned during the activities on Legend difficulty. That's followed by Friendly Neighbourhood Guardian, and for this you need to complete the weekly mission from Lightfall on Hero difficulty or higher. Next up we have Unraveling the Sun, so here you need to defeat Guardians in Crucible, and you'll get bonus progress for defeating opponents with Strand, Solar or Void ability final blows. Next up we have Dredging Up Victory, and here you need to complete Gambit matches and you'll earn bonus progress for wins. That's followed by Adversaries of Humanity, and here you need to defeat Taken and Vex bosses in the Vanguard playlist or strikes. And the final challenge for this week is called Righteous Blade, and here you need to acquire the Ecliptic Distaff, and this is the new ritual weapon for Season 20. Now all these challenges offer Challenger XP, and some offer Bright Dust, which brings us nicely onto the final section of today's video, and that's what Tess has available for Bright Dust in week 5 of Season of Defiance. Now over in the featured Bright Dust shelf we have a rare emote called Right This Way. This is brand new for Season of Defiance and will set you back 400 Bright Dust this week. That's alongside a legendary weapon ornament for the Trust, and this is called Credence. This was originally launched back in Forsaken, so if you missed out on this one, this will set you back 700 Bright Dust this week. That's alongside Heartbreaking Entrance, a legendary transmat effect that will set you back 450 Bright Dust. As for the shaders this week, we have the Biolume from Season of Arrivals, so if you like the look of the colour scheme here on the Warlock, make sure to pick it up for 300 Bright Dust. Alongside that we have Jungle Viper from Season of the Undying that will also set you back 300 Bright Dust this week. As for the Bright Dust store itself, we have an exotic emote called Disciples Judgment. This is from Season of the Seraph and will set you back 3,250 Bright Dust. Alongside that we have Universal Armor Ornaments, and these are for the brand new Eververse set for Season of Defiance. For your Warlocks you have the Technologic Bond. For your Hunters you have the Limitless Subversion Cloak, and for your Titans you have the Cogent Beat Mark. Now each one of these will set you back 1200 Bright Dust, so be sure to pay Tess a visit with each and every class. Alongside those we have the Celestial Shell, an exotic ghost shell from Season of the Chosen, and this will set you back 2,850 Bright Dust this week. That's alongside the All-Terrain Explorer, an exotic sparrow from Season of the Seraph, so if you like the look of this, this will set you back 2,500 Bright Dust. That's alongside the Callisto Lancer, an exotic ship from Season of Arrivals. So if you like the look of this absolutely awesome ship, make sure to pick it up for 2,000 Bright Dust this week. The penultimate item on offer is the Rhythm Projection, a legendary ghost projection from Season of the Lost. So once again, if you are collecting, this will set you back 1,500 Bright Dust this week. And the final item on offer is an exotic weapon ornament for the Jade Rabbit, and that's called Karasan Sui. This is brand new for Season of Defiance. If you like the look of this, be sure to pick it up for just 1,250 Bright Dust. So there we have it guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 5 of Season of Defiance. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.